And now we're going to go into some sprinting technique drills. I have complete videos about this on the Peluva channel, so you can look at the beginner technique drills, medium to advanced technique drills, and we're going to throw in a few of our favorite ones each time. These are when you start teaching your central nervous system to be powerful and crisp and explosive, which is what you want when you're running sprints. So the first one is the very familiar and popular A skip. And these are the same attributes that you want: quick and explosive off the ground, nice and balanced, straight and elongated spine. And so the A skip looks just like a skip that you might remember from grade school, where you're just skipping through, driving those arms like you're sprinting. And I want to see fast on the ground, fast off the ground. And as we get more competent with these drills, we're going to try to be a little more explosive. So coming back, I'm really going to strike the ground powerfully. Remember, it's vertical force production per stride is the key to running fast. So now I'm going to strike the ground with as much vertical force production as I can, simulating what I'm doing when I'm running at high speed. And you will see, as opposed to driving the knee high, which is a common technique pointer that's a little bit flawed, what I really want to see is a powerful strike of the ground causing my leg to bounce up, causing the knee to bounce up high. But that's a little different. You can see the emphasis on striking the ground when I come back here and do the powerful A skip. I'm not trying to drive my knees up. I'm just trying to drive into the ground. One more time, powerful A skip. The knee's just bouncing up. Okay, B skip is for a little hamstring activation. I'm still skipping. I'm just kicking out. In between each one, I want you to walk for 15, 20 seconds, catch your breath a little bit. I'm going kind of fast for purpose of the video, but this is a really good warm-up, and it'll get you ready. And even if you, like I said, don't feel great and you cancel the main set, doing these drills is still great workout stimulation and building your capacity for sprinting. So back with B skip. Now I'm going to do some Frankenstein stepping, and this is a really good challenge for the hamstring, warming it up for that force it's going to strike when you're really sprinting. And so you're just straight leg striking the ground underneath you. Also a really good core exercise. Coming back. Every one of these drills is isolating or exaggerating something that you're doing when you're actually sprinting. So the drills are teaching your brain to sprint with good form. They're also getting you in good shape. So after that hard striking of the ground, straight leg, it can do a little bit easier. It's just getting those hamstrings up to your comfortable range of motion. I can go pretty high, but it might be just here for you, which is great, but we want to wake them up. Next one I call high heel, high toe, and that is to emphasize that recovery portion of the stride where you want that foot dorsiflexed and ready to impart maximum power on the next foot strike. So up here, the proper recovery position at that phase of the stride is your heel up at your butt. You can see some of the elite sprinters are actually making contact, their heels touching their butt while they're running in the Olympics. So a really nice recovery. You might have heard the drill butt kicks that they do for the youth sports teams, and they go, okay, butt kickers, everybody, and everybody lazily kicks back like that. This is what I want, is a dorsiflex foot where the heel is high as well as the toe. You can even do these in place, but I try to go forward a little bit. So high heel, high toe, heel kicking butt on this drill. And you can really feel the hamstrings now. High heel, high toe. Last one, I'm going to call high knees. So I'm going to run with exaggerated high knee drive. And this is a great one to do if you're not fully adapted yet to sprinting or you have some aches and pains. And when I had my foot injury, I was sprinting exclusively with high knee form because I wasn't ready for the impact trauma of a proper full-length sprint stride. However, it's a fantastic workout. It's just the same as sprinting. You sprint with high knees for 20 seconds, you stop, you recover. It feels like you're really sprinting, but with much less impact trauma. So the high knees simply looks like this. A straight and elongated spine, dorsiflex foot, quick on the ground, quick off the ground. Okay, now, if there's any doubt that we're warmed up yet, we're warmed up now. You should start to feel optimally excited and uninhibited is the exercise physiology term from Tudor Bompa before you're about to attack those sprints. A big difference from showing up here, jogging 2 laps, and then starting into my thing. That's a good way to get injured. And it's also going to be less than optimal performance because the nervous system needs to wake up as it does with those drills. And even before we go into the main set, now it's time for a handful of wind sprints. And this is where you really want to check your readiness to perform with a brief acceleration. That's what we're going to use the term wind sprints for, is a brief acceleration to high speed followed by an immediate deceleration. So for you car fans out there, it's like revving the engine, feeling what the power's all about, and then backing off the accelerator right after you floor it, okay? So I'm going to cover maybe 50 meters with these, but it's going to be an acceleration, high speed, clicking in for just a couple seconds to sprint form, and then gracefully decelerate, and that will be the final step, the final icing on the cake before we go to the main set. So here comes a wind sprint. Coming back this way, I'll show you. All right, wind sprint's feeling great. I'm ready for the main set. Now, if you have specialized goals, like I'm competing in Masters track and field in the 400 meters, so I'm gonna do different types of sprint workouts that are a mix of really short explosive stuff, like 3x 60 meters, but I'll also have to do that long, hard work, like 4x 400 meters with a long walk recovery, or 4x 200 meters, or sets of 200, 150, 100, 200, 150, 100. The possibilities are endless, but I want to make it simple for the average fitness enthusiast who wants full body functional fitness, athletic competency, and promoting longevity. So the sprint workout template that I communicate often is 4 to 8 reps of 10 to 20 seconds of sprinting with a 6-to-1 recovery to work ratio. So if you sprint for 10 seconds, which is recommended when you're talking about sprinting on flat ground, high impact, if you're on a stationary bicycle and you're starting there, you can certainly sprint for 20 seconds, but you're going to recover for 2 minutes if you sprint for 20 seconds. And when I'm sprinting here, I'll demonstrate for 10 seconds. I'm going to take my time and recover for at least a minute. Actually, a lot of times I'll recover more than that for my specialized athletic goals. But after a minute, you should be feeling pretty good. The goal here is consistent quality of effort on each rep. Your first one is just as good as your fourth one and just as good as your last one. And if you notice at a certain point, maybe it's your 5th rep, your back's starting to get a little tight, you're losing a little bit of your technique, maybe your mind's wandering in the rest period, and so you're on for your 5th one and you're just not feeling optimally excited and uninhibited, that is a sign to cut the workout short. So we want precise, explosive, powerful technique, a great performance on each one, and that's the end of the workout. So I'm going to go and do one sprint of 10 seconds, which should take me most of the straightaway, not all the straightaway. Usain Bolt and you that know that. And then I'll show you that recovery period. I'll come back and talk to you, but I'll show you a good solid effort for 10 seconds. What's great about sprinting is it's over with quickly. It's not pain and suffering and torture like the endurance athletes are so used to believing that's what you need to get fit. You're powerful, you're explosive. Of course it's challenging, and I'm giving it my all and feeling the burn and all that great stuff. But then it's done. And you don't have to do that many either. But the return on investment for a workout like this, let's say I'm going to do 6 times 100 meters. So I'm only doing a total amount of maximum explosive work of 1 minute, right? 6 times 10 seconds. Sorry, 6 times 80 meters, let's say. So I'm doing 6 times 10 seconds of work. That workout in the ensuing 72 hours will have a more profound impact on my physiology, my desire to get the optimal physique, far more impact on my physiology than jogging for 10 times as long for an hour and a half, 2 hours, whatever. Short duration sprints, excess post-exercise oxygen consumption, and the flood of adaptive hormones into the bloodstream is how it's happening. And I've been talking for more than that 1 minute break, but it's okay. So I want you to walk leisurely back to the starting line, or if you're pedaling a bicycle, just cruise. Take it easy, take it easy. And then when you're ready and you're feeling it, you explode for another sprint. If you noticed the look on my face and the form of my upper body, I'm working on it. Probably not perfect, but I'm really trying hard to stay relaxed and not have muscle tension in the arms or the face. The great sprinters during the Olympics, you'll see their jaws in their cheeks just loosely bouncing along for the ride and a blank expression on their face. Femke Bol of the Netherlands, my favorite, running down the home stretch for the gold, and she's like, So that is key because we don't generate as much power when we start tightening and tensing and trying too hard. So sprinting's all about being relaxed, explosive, with correct form, precise technique. Now, once the main set is done, guess what? You don't even have to jog a 2-mile cool down. There's some research saying that we want the brain to remember the sprinting, not the jogging. So what I typically do is I'll just walk around, maybe do 5 seconds of drills if I want to make sure my legs are feeling okay, walk it off, get on my bike and pedal home, or just walk around the track and enjoy this quality afterward time with your energy coursing through your bloodstream. You're feeling pumped. You're feeling like you're becoming a real athlete rather than just slogging around for miles and miles. High intensity impact sprints on flat ground are the best genetic signaling for fat reduction and for bone density. But of course, if you're a novice, if you're unfit, you're going to want to start with low or no impact sprinting, like a stationary bike, like a rowing machine, any of the cardio machines, anything where you can bring it up to high intensity. But I'd love for you to progress steadily and carefully to one day doing the wind sprints or starting with the high knee sprints, which are really low impact. So you can work on sprinting up a staircase, sprinting up the stadium stairs, sprinting up steep hills, moving into the high knee sprints that I showed you, and then finally progressing to trying out those wind sprints and making sure the body can take it, and then putting in a gentle main set where, again, the whole thing is only 4 to 8 times 10 to 20 seconds, 6 to 1 recovery to work ratio. Good luck. See you out there.